Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear honorable person, my lecturer, Miss Septa Arianika MPD, and all of my beloved friends. First of all, let us thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because of His blessing we are able to join in my video. Secondly, salawat and salam also delivered to our Prophet Muhammad SAW. Well, before we saw our presentation, my proposal, let me introduce myself. My name is Anisa Putri NPN 19110400021, class PBI 6I, and I will show you critical discourse analysis Donald Trump speeches. Introduction. Background of the problem. I'm communicating people use something as a medium called language that can be used in two ways, direct and indirect communication. Direct means nothing mediator between user or called spoken language. Public speaking can be interpreted as a communication method for speaking or speaking to say about certain things aimed at people. Next, B. Focus and sub-focus of the result. This proposal describes about critical discourse in Donald Trump's speech. CDA is a discourse analysis related to the study of language or language use. How language is viewed in the discourse analysis. This analysis focus on discourse analysis. This analysis focuses on analyzing critical discourse and on Donald Trump's speech text. From this analysis, there are 5 types of CDA elements found in Trump's speech. Next, problem formulation. Based on the some reason as explained in the background of the study above and to make this research easier to solve, the right studies the particular problems as stated below. 1. What kind of critical discourse analysis are reflected in the Donald Trump speech? 2. What are the elements of social cognitive found in Donald Trump's speech? Next, object the research based on the limitation of problem above. The purpose of this research is 1. To find out the kind of critical discourse analysis which are microstructure and microstructure in the text speech of Donald Trump. To know about the element of social cognitive certain in the Donald Trump speech. Next, significance of the research. The research is expected to be useful for writer and reader in general. The results of this research are expected to have following benefit. The writer want to enrich the knowledge about the critical discourse analysis, especially in the political discourse. In other words, the writer will give contribution to anyone who is interested in discourse structure that expressed in political discourse in Donald Trump's speech. Next, relevant research. This thesis describes about critical discourse in Donald Trump's speech. CDA is discourse analysis related to the study of language or language use. How language is viewed in discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis in Donald Trump's speeches. The student of English Literature, Department of Adab and Humanities, University of Islam Sultan Taha Saifuddin Jambi. Next, research method. This research uses qualitative method and also uses descriptive technique to describe analysis data, state of data collection conducted by Wright using the theories Daryono 2006, including downloading video and script. Next, reading and listening. Finally, finding the data and categorizing it as for the analysis phase conducted by Wright. Next, systematics of the discussion. To avoid any misunderstandings that might arise from the title, the discussion in this study will be limited. This research focuses on critical discourse analysis on Donald Trump's speech with textual features, discursive techniques, and social features, and in some his speech. Next, theoretical framework. A discourse analysis. There are several definitions of discourse that explained in the many theory books. Each definition has its aims to clarify the exact meaning of discourse. Meanwhile, the definition of discourse is dissimilar depending on the perspective theory that used by each researcher. A discourse is a set of meaning through which a group of people communicate about a particular topic. Discourse usually means of communicating in the medium of language. Next, critical discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis (CDA) is a type of discourse analytical research that primarily studies the way social power abuse, dominance, and inequality are enacted, reproduced, and researched by text and talk in the social and political context. Which has designed research critical discourse analysis, takes explicit position, and thus want to understand, expose, and ultimately to resist social inequality. Next, kind of critical discourse analysis based on funded theory. Critical discourse analysis (CDA) is obviously not a homogeneous model nor a school or a paradigm, but at most a shared perspective on doing linguistic, semiotic, or discourse analysis. In a simple explanation, critical discourse analysis studies the connection between textual structure and social context, then explore in the wider social structure. Next, social cognitive. CDA argues that one of the vital fundamentals in the analysis using socio-cognitive approach is the affiliation between power and discourse in the prototype of the access to community discourse for different social groups. The stack of analysis socio-cognitive approach of political speech are 1. Emotional attackment, mind control, mitigating evidence, glorification of the party, and grasping the audience, negative self-representation, and rhetoric, art of speaking, persuasive strategies, and the use of pronouns. Next, review of related research. In this research, the writer found some theses and journals, but they have difference between this research, such as subject of the research, the formulation of the research, and the theory of the research. Firstly, Rifki Nugraha, Universitas Islam Negeri Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta, student. Next, method of the research. A. General description of the object. This research uses qualitative method and also uses descriptive technique to describe and analyze data. Stack of the data collection conducted by Wright using the theory Sudaryono. This analysis focuses on analyzing critical discourse on Donald Trump's speech text. From this analysis, there are 5 types of CDA elements found in Trump's speech. Next, fact and data display. 1. Source of the data. In this research, the source of data of this research was the textual transcript of Donald Trump's speeches. Manual the data that needed for answering the second research question, where the in-depth data screen it explored the schema or the outline of Donald Trump's speeches. 2. Technique of data collecting. Data analysis, the process of systematically research and the interview transcript, footnotes, and other material that you accumulate to increase your own understanding of them and to able you to present what you have discussed to others. And last, the technique of data analysis. Technique data analysis is a way to analyze the data or information that has collected in order to finish the research. The data used to describe a process of preparing and collecting data as part of middle process. The purpose of data collection is to get more information. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your nice attention. See you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.